Hello everyone, my name is Tiffany Marsh and my Subaru journey started in 2023 with the purchase of my new Subaru Ascent, and it was charcoal gray. It was the perfect car for me. I had a great salesman, and actually this car was on my vision board for several months before I actually decided to buy it. When I bought it, they made the transaction just smooth and just seamless. They explained everything about the Subaru Ascent, and you know, most Subaru car owners do their own research, but I went into extensive research and still learned something from the dealership during the purchase of my first Subaru, and it was a great transaction. On April the 2nd of this year, I was rear-ended while on Highway 98 and doing nothing wrong, just driving, and a car was going way too fast and they rear-ended me, and it was a Ram 1500, so if you know anything about a Ram, it's a pretty big truck. And I just remember hearing that sound and that terrifying crunching of metal, and my son was in the car and he's 4.5 years old, so I just immediately had that mom terrifying moment of, oh my gosh, is my son okay? And you know, immediately within 3 seconds, Subaru STARLINK was calling me and, you know, notifying the police. I had police there within 4 minutes. I had, you know, my iPhone watch was calling all my emergency contacts, so I had everybody calling me, and it was all overwhelming. And I had to make sure that my son was okay. So once I heard that, "Mom, I'm okay," you know, in the back, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, everybody's okay. I had no idea how bad it was. The witness said that he hit me probably going about 35 to 45 miles an hour because he slammed in his brakes and hit me on the skid. And it was pretty bad. You know, my Subaru was banged up pretty bad. But the thing about a Subaru is the frame is steel, and we were okay. My son was absolutely fine. It actually busted out the glass in the back, and you know, it was, everybody that has seen the pictures was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're absolutely fine. I was absolutely fine, and you know, I thank Subaru for that because it's 5 out of 5 safety rating. I knew that going in when I bought it in 2023, and you know, it did its job. So needless to say, I needed to buy another vehicle. So I actually did my research on several other brands before I decided to come back home. But when I tried the other stuff, it just didn't, there was something missing. So when I tried the Subaru Ascent, and I know I'm like, you know, this is a wilderness it's a wilderness package on an Outback. It's a fantastic car as well. But what made me decide on the Ascent was that I got behind the wheel and it felt like home. The updates to the Subaru Ascent is excellent. You know, one thing great about Subaru is they care about excellence and they care about performance. You can see that in everything they do. So for me, I needed that. And I chose Ice Silver for the 2026 model because it was just such a cool color. I'd never seen anything like that. And I named her Elsa because she, you know, I can see myself driving in the cold on the narrow snowy paths and going, the cold never bothered me anyway. So that's why her name is Elsa, because she's gonna go off-roading with me, and I like to travel, and this is a great travel car. It's super comfortable. The leather seats, you know, they're great features. It has heated seats, and it has, you know, the great computer screen. Just the functionality of a Subaru, everything from the way it handles to the safety made me just go back to that brand. And you know, for my family, we don't intend on going to another brand anytime soon. One of the important things I wanted to mention was the Permaplate, and what that is its exterior and interior protection for your car. So it protects against rips and stains and tears, and 4.5-year-olds that like to touch everything, and dogs that like adventure as much as you do. And I have both, and I have great experience already with the Permaplate. Particular experience, I had a Gulf Coast friendly wind drive by the other day and run a shopping cart into my car, and no chips on the paint. So I am super glad that my salesman told me that that comes on all of the vehicles here. So I'm super thankful for that. So when I stepped back into Step 1 Subaru, I was expecting a great experience again, and lo and behold, I'm wearing a Pizza Planet t-shirt, and this guy is the first salesman in the door, and his name is Andy, and he has on his name tag the way that Andy wrote his name on the bottom of Woody's shoe in the movie Toy Story. And so I was like, okay, this might work. And lo and behold, he did a great job. He explained everything and was informative, not pushy, and everything that I experienced the first time buying a Subaru from Step 1 was what I experienced this time as well, and then some, and I just think that the great thing about Step 1's brand, and this store in particular at Subaru, is they just always go above and beyond for their customers. I came in very, very like, hey, this is what I need, I can't do above this, and then they said, well, let's figure out how to make that happen for you. And, I needed that to heal from the traumatic experience. And, I even broke down in the store because I sat in the new Subaru and I just started crying because, and they let me have that emotion, I think. And they just didn't push me into another Subaru. And Andy said, well, if you need to take time to go research other cars, do that. And ultimately, coming back to the Step 1 Subaru was just the best decision for me and the best decision for my family. And as a matter of fact, I don't advocate for much or name drop on all occasions, but I've already told about 4 or 5 people about this place. So I know there's a lot of choices out there, and by all means, do your research. But at the end of the day, I came back to Step 1 Automotive, and I highly recommend that you give them an opportunity to be a step above everyone, no pun intended, and give them the opportunity to earn your return business and the opportunity to give you an experience that will stay with you, that is a step above in performance, in care. They really care for their clients. I can't say that enough. I have become a part of the Step 1 family, which is why I'm here and talking to you guys. It means that much to me. And I will keep on returning to the Step 1 brand because of the level of care and experience and the feeling that I matter, that they give me time and time again. And I see it not in just me, but in the moments that I've been here with everyone else. They really do take the time to care. And I think that when you're making a big decision like this, that matters. So give them a shot.